It was a moonless night, the kind that makes the darkness seem to devour everything in its path. We were a group of friends on a camping trip, huddled around a crackling campfire in the heart of an ancient forest. The air was thick with the scent of pine, and the only sounds were the rustling of leaves and the occasional hoot of an owl. As the flames danced in the cool night air, someone suggested we share ghost stories, invoking the spirit of the Creepy Campfire Chronicles. I volunteered to go first, eager to set the tone for a night of spine-tingling tales. I began with a story I had heard from my grandfather, a tale that had been passed down through generations. The story unfolded in a small town not far from where we camped, in a forest much like the one that surrounded us. Years ago, the townspeople spoke in hushed tones about the whispers in the woods. Legend had it that every decade, on the darkest of nights, a spectral figure would emerge from the heart of the forest. They called it the Wraith of Whispering Pines. The Wraith was said to be a lost soul, tormented by an unspeakable tragedy that had unfolded centuries ago. It was said to move silently, leaving a trail of chilling whispers in its wake. Those who heard the whispers were cursed, destined to face their deepest fears brought to life. As I spoke, the fire seemed to flicker in rhythm with the story, casting eerie shadows on the trees that surrounded us. The faces of my friends were painted with a mixture of fascination and unease, and I couldn't help but feel a twinge of satisfaction. The atmosphere around the campfire had shifted, and the forest seemed to be listening. I continued, recounting the tale of a group of friends much like our own, who had camped in these very woods. Drawn by the mystery of the whispers in the woods, they set out on a quest to witness the spectral figure and prove its existence. The group ventured deeper into the forest, guided only by the faint glow of moonlight filtering through the thick canopy of trees. As they reached the heart of the woods, an unsettling silence descended. The air became heavy, and an otherworldly stillness enveloped them. Suddenly, the whispers began, barely audible at first, like the soft rustling of leaves. The friends exchanged nervous glances, their flashlights flickering as if in response to the ghostly utterances. Panic set in as the whispers grew louder, more insistent. The fire crackled, and I paused for effect, letting the tension settle among us. The night seemed to press in on us, and the distant howl of a lone wolf echoed through the forest. The group in the story, gripped by fear, stumbled through the underbrush, desperately trying to escape the relentless whispers. But the whispers seemed to follow them, weaving through the trees like malevolent spirits. Shadows danced on the edge of their vision, and the air turned icy cold. As the group reached the edge of the forest, they found themselves in a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the center stood the Wraith of Whispering Pines, a spectral figure cloaked in mist. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and its form seemed to shift and waver. The friends were frozen in terror as the Wraith turned its gaze upon them. The whispers crescendoed into anguished cries, echoing the sorrows of a long-forgotten past. One by one, the friends succumbed to the chilling whispers, their faces contorted with the pain of their deepest fears. I let the final words hang in the air, and for a moment, the only sound was the crackling of the campfire. My friends stared at me, a mixture of awe and trepidation in their eyes. The forest around us felt alive with unseen eyes, and the darkness seemed to press closer. As we settled in for the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that the story had awakened something in the woods. The wind whispered through the trees, and every rustle of leaves sent shivers down my spine. As we drifted off to sleep in our tents, I wondered if the Wraith of Whispering Pines was merely a tale, or if, just maybe, the legends held a grain of truth. The forest held its secrets, and as I closed my eyes, the haunting whispers seemed to linger, echoing through the night.